Delight Realm, for the world wakes again, and to celebrate, we've created for you a brand new adventure with a new party of heroes. Elderly, set in their ways heroes. I am the one known as Blade Maiden, the alchemist of the apothecary, lore master of the realm, and wizard behind the curtain of Beardsgaard. And now level up your beard with Fjordmist beard oil and beard balm, for the time has come to light your Alfheim candle to conjure the magically sun-dappled, mist-kissed kingdom of the Day Elves. Day breaks in the sleepy court village of Fjordmist, not with sun, but with the gradual brightening of the mist from blue to silver to white. The morning breezes have usually spelled some of the mists here in the northwestern corner of Alfheim by this time of day, but in recent weeks they have been hanging heavier over the town later and later into the morning. With the birdsong twinkling in the trees like wind chimes, the early risers of the villagers begin to wake, putting on the kettle for a cup of tea. Villagers filter into the streets as the mists dissipate over the shimmering sea, and ships from faraway lands begin to drift into the harbor to set their anchors, launching dinghies to bring their cargo to the docks. As the gold spark reaches its zenith and begins to burn through the mist in the streets, the whole of Fjordmist comes to a halt for a leisurely lunch with special attention paid to the ritual of tea. By the afternoon, the mist has finally cleared from the forests and the hollows, and the new goods from the ships have made their way to the markets that are now bustling with shoppers. The light gets low behind the western mountains in the evening, and Fjordmist inhabitants seek to restore their spirits, each in their own ways. As twilight falls, a thick mist rolls down from the Greenroot Valley and pours into the harbor, a soft blanket tucking in the village of Fjordmist for the night. The village and its villagers sleep, with but a few dancing lights and burning candles twinkling through the trees in the night. As dawn breaks again, blue and soft with haze to blend the sea and sky into one, the early risers of the villagers greet the day. And now Tyler the Beardsmith, intrepid leader of Beardsgaard Barbers and game master extraordinaire, will take up the dice and the fate of our heroes. Good luck to each of you adventurers. Don't break a hip.
As the sun begins to peek through the early dawn, shimmering across some of the mists in your tiny village town, we see the scene on a beach. It's a handful of people engaged in a yoga class. Early morning, just arriving, getting limber and ready for the day. Octavia Nightingale, with a few of her compatriots. Lili, the leader of the yoga class. Thaloran, attending as well. And a handful of other denizens of the village gather to prepare themselves for the day. As the class begins, Octavia looks at Lili and says, I really need this today. It's been a dreadfully busy week. All of my workers have been in a frantic tizzy, covering up their mirrors, saying that all of the mirrors are malfunctioning. They are not showing the proper reflection of their beauty, grace, and poise. So I just really want to just clear my mind.
A tizzy?
Just absolutely unconsolable.
Well, okay. Everybody, take your mats. Because there are no tizzies on the beach. So get your tizzies out. Get your tizzies out. Okay. So, we're going to be releasing from the wide-legged standing twist, standing at the center of your mat. Moving now to the practice of vinyasa flow. Bring your body into a plank pose. And focus on your breathing. What is it? What are they? Tell me more about these mirrors. Breathe.
Liren pipes up and goes, I've been trying to get my hair to coif just so, because it's very important. And every time I look in the mirror, it is just a a hair display.
Wow, you can't have that. It's not your hair, it's the mirror.
Well, you tell me, how does my hair look today? He goes and gives it a little zhuzh and a
Inhale, and as you exhale, come to four-limbed staff pose.
I think it looks good.
See?
It does look good.
Everybody, hair? How does it look?
Can we breathe out now?
Kind of
Exhale.
nods of agreement, murmurs are like, no, it does look good. It looks really nice. It's very like shimmery and full body. And truth told, his hair does look very good. He's always very well put together. So it gives him a moment to calm and relax and just, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Just focus on your breathing. All right. Inhale and come to cobra pose. And exhale completely.
At which point, Liren falls over a little bit. He goes, sorry, got distracted. It seems like I thought I saw some shadows in the water, over by the rocks over there.
So I'll spin around and look real quick.
Go ahead and give me perception checks for both Lili and Lauren.
8.
25.
Woo!
You definitely
Or 10,
don't
I guess.
see,
I forgot my perception. 10.
you see nothing but like the faintest bit of rock far out in the bay. No shadows whatsoever, just water and mist. Lauren, while you don't see any shadows or movements, you do notice the location, those rocks that jut out, is almost exactly where Imelda disappeared years ago.
I can't really say I see anything. Sure looks...
Appeared.
Looks
But
like...
had fallen overboard.
Just looks like some rocks. Can't say I saw a shadow, but we could probably find someone to look into it later. How long do we hold the cobra pose for?
And release.
Okay. Thank goodness. That one always really gets me.
You need to breathe into the pain.
I'm just not used to pain, but I will try. You know best.
That's all we can do is try. And do.
What did the shadow look like?
Just a movement, shadow. It's still kind of early. And
The mirror
I haven't
must have
slept
really
well.
shooken you up, yes.
It did.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
You and Lunara look absolutely amazing.
Always.
Truly.
Exhale and lift the body. Come to downward facing dog pose. Really stretch through your spine like you are extending it as far as you can. You're growing. Think of yourself as gaining an inch. You'll be taller when we inhale, exhale, whichever one you're on. Breathe naturally.
It hurts.
As the yoga class continues on and wraps up for the morning, you're all able to go about the rest of your days. If you want to give a brief talk about your routine after yoga throughout the day.
I'm going to wander over to the water market and gather some ingredients for my lunch for later on. I'm gonna check in with Nenulin, who I always see at the market. I've heard that someone has been bruising her pears at the market, and so I wanted to see if she figured out who was doing that, because I'm just interested as to who would be going from one tent to someone else's tent to bruise their pears just so that they'd have better pears at the market. And then I'm going to head over to the florist atelier in Artisan's Row, because I always grab fresh flowers from him to take to my house, so that I always have fresh flowers on my table while I'm eating my lunch. And after light lunch, I'm gonna head over to the tea house and stop in and say hi to Enadar and take my time enjoying some tea and also getting some hot tea around town.
Double entendre.
And then I'm going to head over to the council house after I get some tea, and visit with all of my friends at the 6 council elders there, who I have friends with all of them. And they like to ask me about what's going on as far as what they need to get done in the council and who's doing what or who wants what done, or and then I also like to hear from them all the hot goss that they have on the goings on around town. And then in the evening, I'll take a walk on the bridge by the waterfall across the river, and I'll walk past the family houses to chat with anyone along the way on my way to the Westshore Inn for dinner.
Does your dog Frida join you for
yes.
your rounds throughout the day?
I have a dog, Frida, who is a like an Australian Shepherd type looking border collie type pup.
Yeah.
Brown, black, a little bit of white, and her name's Frida, and she's always by my side, and she does yoga with us. She does the downward dog and all that, and she's always walking by my side. So she joins me for all of the things. And she's allowed in all of the establishments as well. Everybody knows Frida.
Throughout the day, Frida does seem a bit more distracted than she normally does. You see her occasionally darting off to tree lines, or taking a little bit more of a gap in the pace on your walk. Not in a trying to run away kind of way, just very distracted, very searching through underbrush near the edges of the town, darting and running around a building while you're in it. Just a little more hyper than normal.
With my meadow friends, am I able to get any kind of concept or idea from her, or feeling?
She's happy, in a very playful, joyful kind of mood.
Okay.
Lots of excite.
Okay.
Much excite.
Frida, such a good doggy.
She's just
Such a good little doggy.
she's living her best life. Valoran, before you had made it to yoga, you woke up after a strange dream in the evening. Tell us a little bit more about your day.
So, in the middle of a clearing, small clearing, in the forest, you see a tree, just kind of standing on its own, maybe a little shorter than those around it, and it kind of does this big, and it kind of bends, and it does a little wiggle, and then it kind of shakes You can see some branches and leaves falling off of it. And then it exhales, and Valoran kind of like shrinks down into his humanoid form. And he just kind of looks around. He says, well, I'm off again to go do things. Stay safe. Kind of looking around at the other trees.
Gentle breeze blows through.
Thank you. He heads off down into the town, kind of taking the long way around, not taking the main roads, and goes to one of his favorite spots, which is over by the housing district where a lot of the people end up staying. And he kind of finds like a nice spot in between some other trees, and he reforms himself in to kind of match the scenery, just to kind of like people watch. Maybe see some of the kids running around, playing with each other, or like seeing some of the people around town just kind of converse and talk and go about their busy lives. And he just kind of watches that for some time. Maybe a little forlornly, but after a while, he kind of gets a little too caught up in his own thoughts, and he will revert back down into his normal humanoid form and go to the Night Mist room to go visit some of his friends. He likes to call them friends. He likes to converse with them as they are a bit more patient in regards to some of his mannerisms as they deal with people. Around the afternoon, I will find another tree line, generally farther north of the town, or just more towards the central area, to do a bit more people watching, to see people doing some work throughout the day, kind of get an idea as to like what they actually do. Kind of watching over the docks, kind of always gravitating to a spot where he can kind of see that rock formation, a fond memory for him. And generally around evening time, he kind of wanders around and tries to fit in with the regulars as they kind of shuffle into the inn, the general Westshore Inn, to have dinner amongst people, to kind of be in a group, but not in a group. And he always orders the regular. I'll take the regular.
It's the, you said it one time and just we're given a plate.
Yeah.
And then every time since is now just the regular.
He heard it from somebody else a few tables away, and he's like, I'll do that. That seems easy. I just say the regular. And they came up, they're like, what do you have? He's like, the regular. And then they're like, you've never been here before. Okay.
It's different every time.
Yeah.
They just guess.
Yeah.
Just depending on the day and what the special is.
Right. He's just like, oh, this is food. This is kind of good.
Over in the night house, Tryman.
Mm-hmm.
Having a bit of a late breakfast with your aunt.
Mm-hmm.
Elindra Moonshade. You know, I do appreciate you taking the time to spend your mornings with me and cherish our chats.
Of course, Aunt. There's a reason why I'm living with you. You're my favorite, of course. So anytime I get to spend with you is delightful.
It's been a particular help since Arian has gone missing.
It's been a bit of a week, that's for sure, but the constables are out looking for him, so hopefully we'll be able to have an answer soon to where he's at. Hopefully he's just wandered off.
You know, the last place anybody saw him was over at the tea house. And nobody knows anything after that. If they do, they're being rather tight-lipped about it.
True. You know how I feel about the tea house already, but I always like to go down and check it out to see if I hear anything or see anything, but the mist has been getting a little thicker lately too, so he might have just gotten lost wandering around town. I'm sure we'll be able to find him and he'll be okay.
That reminds me. I had found this note. Left under my bed. I found it this morning. I don't know how long it's been here. It was a bit dusty.
Okay.
But it does seem to be some form of a ransom. It's very vague. Do you think you could make anything out of this? And she hands you it's kind of a folded up piece of parchment in an envelope that was sealed with wax. There is no like discernible sigil or anything. It's just a plain like blank wax stamp.
Okay.
What you notice when you open it and read what you know are words, you don't recognize the language at all.
Okay. Can I make out what language it is? Is it something that I know and just don't understand?
Go ahead and make it like a straight up intelligence check.
Not good. 7.
It's you've maybe seen it in a few places here or there, but it's not really connecting.
Okay.
The penmanship is nice. It's clear and legible, but you're not sure what the words are.
Okay. So I'll take this down and I'll see if maybe someone else might be able to take a look at it when I stop at the council house. And maybe someone can at least tell me what language it is and we can find someone that can read it. I have no idea what this says, unfortunately.
Definitely get to looking into this. This reminds me a bit of when Onus departed our ways those couple of months ago. He said he was rambling mad and ran off into the sea and screaming about desires and affections. I mean, he was always a calm one, but it seemed out of sorts for him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm starting to think maybe there was some ill intent. Wouldn't put it past someone around here. There's some shifty types that have come into town recently.
Okay.
I don't trust them. Keep an eye out. Be safe.
I'll do what I can for you.
I also noticed that while I was cleaning, some of my jewelry has gone missing. You wouldn't know anything about that, would you?
Not at all.
Because, darling, if you need money,
I'm making ends
just
meet
have
just
to
fine.
ask. Quite all right.
Thank you. But I'm
It's not
doing
the
just
costume stuff, it's the good stuff. You'd rather put out.
Has anyone ever told you how much they like it when they've seen you wearing it? Anyone that...
Arian did. And Roderick.
Okay. All right. I'll see what I can do with that too. I'll, again, when I stop at the council.
Talk to the council.
I'll talk to them for you.
Thank you.
Of course.
After some of your, after your breakfast, what else does your day look like?
So after breakfast, generally go pop down at the tea house for, shall we call it, my Starbucks run. I also like to kind of take a look at what's been going on there, see if I can notice anything after what happened to the previous town healer. As they said that he was mad after drinking copious amounts of tea and ran into the sea. So I kind of hang out there for a little bit, see if I see anything suspicious, and then move about my day. Head to the council house, where I pick up any type of requests for healing that day from my contact there. Say whether it's a busy day or not, kind of depends what I do for lunch then. I'll possibly go to the bistro if it's a fairly easy day. Otherwise, I might just grab it on the go as I run in between other errands and stuff in the afternoon. Okay. And then after that, evening time, let's say dinner at the Westshore Inn. So that's where it starts.
You got it. Istanor. It's been how long since you've been in town now?
It's been 169 years.
Okay.
Well earned, too.
What is your morning routine consist of?
Well, I'm going to wake up and then leave home right as the fog clears. And then it's off to the East Shore for breakfast with my usual group, a couple of fellow academics and professionals, a councilman, an acquaintance from the docks, and of course some other wood giants. But not that Stormbeard. I don't like him much. He can stay in his lighthouse.
During breakfast in the morning, you're at the East Shore. Leafbeard, Skygrove, Miss Castor are there, as usual, as well as Mossbeard and Wanderhome. And during your morning chit-chat, you hear that from Tanaquil that is, it really is impressive that you get an entire wing of the academy named after you. It is prestigious. You should be proud of that. You're at least more proud than you show.
Well, I like to think I earned that. 360 years at that university. 160 of them tenured. Who else can match that?
Absolutely. It's a shame that you couldn't have continued to provide for them. But we are absolutely thrilled that you've chosen to come here to our humble village.
Well, you weren't going to keep the place open for me forever. I had to get moved in before somebody else snatched it up.
Really, really impressive feat of paperwork and bureaucracy in motion. A testament, really, to the whole process.
You would have made a hell of a professor.
Oh, I can't stand children.
By the end, neither could I. I was ready to just move on and get out here to Fjordmist.
There have been some younger folk in town recently that I feel may stain the reputation of our good town. The vagrants, Boniel, Clydier, roustabouts, that just lounge and laze all day.
These aren't the migrants from Svartalfheim, are they?
I don't know where they're from.
Oh, okay. I heard there was migrants coming down here from Svartalfheim. We should keep an eye on them.
They could have. My biggest concern is that people have been making reports recently that things have been askew, off kilter. Items missing, products damaged, the general malaise and unease set about the town. I feel like even the mists feel it.
Well, I just thought the dock workers were getting careless, but I have noticed some of the crates seemed a bit more banged around than usual. Some seem ruffled around in, but so far the paperwork's been checking out.
Well, do keep us informed if you come across any information.
Always do, Councilman.
Yes, I'm aware. Enjoy our chats. But I have many things to get done for today, so I must bid a bit early. Council business. He just stands up and exits. The rest of the group sits and enjoys the rest of their tea and some friendly chatter, and the day goes on.
And then from there, it's off to the docks for my part-time job, doing some quality assurance. Keeping an eye on the shipments, making sure everything's on the up and up. But mostly, I like shooting the shit with Greystorm, the dock master. He's a good guy, him and his guards. So I'll chat with them for a bit before lunch with my fellow dock worker folk. And then after that, I'll deliver some mail, doing some last leg mail carrying for the town, keeping an eye on things around town. You know, who's getting what, who's receiving what mail. And then stop at the tea house, pick up some tea, return home, drop off the tea, and it's an afternoon nap, always. Never more than 45 minutes. And then quick post-snap stroll through the town, shake off the sleepies, on my way to the West Shore for dinner and perhaps a pint or two, but never more than 2. That's excessive.
Elekëala, give us a glimpse into your morning.
Well, she wakes up at the crack of dawn, as she does most days. Today in particular, she's traveling into town, so she does her morning chores to kind of tide everything over. Meets her elk friend. His name's Brownie, because he's brown. Asks him to keep an eye on the grove and then meet her into town the next morning. So she'll pack up her bamboo basket full of sealed tea leaves ready for the day, and then she'll hop on a bamboo log and drift down the river. Before she gets into town, I'd like to stop for lunch and forage a little bit, if that's okay.
Absolutely.
She makes a pot of tea, has some crackers and cheese, and if possible, I would like to roll to make a potion of healing.
So it takes you a little bit longer for like finding some of the things, and you thought it was this particular plant, but then you remembered, no, it's the other one.
It's on the other side of the river.
Yeah, it's on the wrong side of the river. But you're able to concoct a nice simple healing potion. Is that
That's all I wanted to do. Yeah,
town?
On my
Sure.
way into town, is to stop and make a potion,
Absolutely.
and then I'll get to see Enadar Dreamleaf.
Oh yes. Elekëala. Good afternoon. We brought some more leaves for the tea.
Yes. This
Wonderful.
She takes her basket off and opens it up and starts pulling out different packets. And there's 3 specific ones. And she'll look at him and say, "This is my normal blend. I've added something special to this one. And then this one is my blend that I make for myself. But I've known you for a while, so I thought I might share." And I'll hand them over and...
Well, we should perhaps brew a pot.
Yes.
Just the two
we
of
should.
us.
Then I'll That one's very small. It's only like it's like enough for like
just
maybe a
enough
pot.
Just for the two of you to.
And then the
to
other
have a
ones
little,
are like.
and then discuss the standard, the usual price for these, and then what is this new special blend that you've brought in for me to try? And
I have been working on the fermentation process, and then I found that if you add more dream root to it, it makes it a little more potent. And this is just a sample. If you so desire, I can make more, but not very much. It's more of a special occasion type of pot.
We'll just keep it between us for now.
And let's see here. Yeah, that's all. It is very. It's hallucinogenic as fuck.
Oh.
Not like it'll get you like, ooh, pretty colors.
Yeah.
But not like you're not gonna like vomit or anything.
Yeah, like as a tea, it's gonna give a little more than usual. He's not unused to these types of things, but is unfamiliar with this blend. So as you go about your normal businesses, we'll settle a payment, and here's your gold and the voucher for a meal on us for business dealings. And this is very good. I feel like I could use some marshmallow root.
Haven't
just
thought.
to just round the flavor.
She pulls out
more.
like basically looks like someone like just like slammed a bunch of papers together and then put bark on it and wrapped it around it. But magically when it opens up, it's like it stays together, and she just pulls like a twig out of her hair and starts writing. Okay, slams it, like wraps it back up, shoves it somewhere.
What I was going to say was, I'd heard from a traveler the other day who had mentioned something about a tea bush that is similar to one that you've been looking for. It helps you see the events connected to your present, not your past. So close, but that could be something to send you down the right path.
Where is this merchant or traveler?
I don't know if he's still in town. I haven't seen him. It was 3 days ago? 4 days ago. Time is a weird soup.
It is a construct.
Yes. Anyways, he said it grows in Vanaheim.
Okay.
So perhaps if you go to the cathedral, they have several books on botany that could maybe illuminate your studies.
I'll keep that in mind. Do you
Your
remember his
face
name?
is shiny.
It happens sometimes.
This is good tea.
I'll pull out a rag and just kind of blot my forehead and then blot his forehead. But you can keep this.
Yeah. Thank you.
It's just really soft, like velvet fur, just like hair fur.
This is nice.
Does he remember the name of the merchant or description, or did he just heard it in passing?
Yeah, it was a kind of a casual.
Gotcha. Okay,
There was some merchant to merchant talk.
Gotcha. After she's done at the tea house, I'd like to go to Thornax Tide Turner and his wares down at the dock or the his shop.
Yeah.
I'm going to inquire, does he have any crust, in particular oyster shells, but any shellfish type shells
Yeah.
And then I'd like to, yeah.
Do you want them whole or crushed?
Preferably crushed, but if I have to buy them whole, I will.
I can crush them for you. It's not a problem.
I need, and I take my basket off that's now empty, 4 of these. Full.
Oh, right.
I'm looking to try a new fertilizer.
Okay. Give me like an hour or two.
Next morning's perfectly fine.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Yeah. Tomorrow morning.
Okay.
You need to find a big rock. Just he judges the size of your basket. He's like, okay, I can put it in a barrel or something. It'll float. You can carry it back up.
Oh, I was having Brownie come get them for me.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Oh, much better idea. Good thinking.
Yeah, so just sacks, if not...
Sacks is fine. Got it.
4 of them, he should be able to carry it easily.
Yeah.
So, and then I'll ask him to just drop it off at the usual spot in the, near town where Brownie can go pick it up.
Yeah.
Head off to dinner.
So after you've all gone about your daily routines and your check-ins and your errands, you all end up at the Westshore Inn for dinner. The sun hasn't quite set yet, but it's getting low in the sky, and the mists in the town seem to be rolling in a little earlier than they usually do. Not unusually thick, but it's been noticeable over the last, let's say, week or so. But despite that, the inn is bustling. Everybody else seems to be coming in for their evening meals as you kind of gather at your usual table. Well, some of you at least, and as other people roll in and sit down, chime in. You notice Trent Dangerleaf come in, pops over and drags a chair up next to you. Goes, "Hey, how's it going?" So I'm just popping by for a quick drink before heading out for an evening hunt. Rest assured, I'll be keeping an eye out for your uncle as well. But just want to check in, see how you're doing.
Well, I definitely appreciate that. It's been a very long week, I'll be honest. My aunt is starting to do better, but still worried nonetheless. We certainly appreciate you guys going out and looking all over, seeing if you can find my uncle. We just keep praying that we hear something from anyone, even just as much as some of his belongings being found, a sandal that he was wearing, something. Odd question though. Do you by chance know what language this note is in? My aunt gave it to me this morning and she had no idea about it.
Let's see. Looks like Sylvan.
Okay.
Interesting. It says, we have him looking for, well, that's a large number. They're looking for 750 gold.
So it's a ransom note.
Yeah. It's signed off B and C. No, I don't know what that means. Strange.
Well, thank you. It's a start, at least. There's no location, no nothing that hints at anything of the sort.
I mean, no, it said bring it to... Let me see it again. Bring it to the outhouse. It's a weird place to bring it. I mean, it's where kind of, the less desirable people, troublemakers. I know there's been talk of, some couch surfers in town.
Okay. You said B and C was okay.
Yeah, B and C.
Okay. Well, thank you. It's a start. I'll look into this for sure. I'm just a bit aghast that it's an actual ransom note. Anne said she found it under the bed and thought it was a ransom note, but couldn't tell what it was. I thought it might have just been a receipt or something she lost years ago. But at least we have a lead, so thank you. I'll see if I can assemble a group and get moving on this.
You got it.
Thank you.
Yeah. From right behind you, almost like you didn't even hear the footsteps come up. Meliantha, the owner of the inn. Oh, good to see everybody. Can I get everyone started with an order, or just want to hang on to your drinks for a moment? Any questions? We do have a couple of new specials we just added to the menu this week. I couldn't help but overhear that you said there was something nefarious going on. I've been meaning to talk to you, Lili.
Yes.
There's those two new the young couple that's been floating about town.
Yes.
I've heard.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen, but I've heard.
Okay.
That
From
they've been
around
pickpocketing just around town.
Okay.
People have mentioned jewelry's gone missing, and somebody said that they're one of the artisan markets said half of their stock had been damaged.
No.
Yes.
Do you know whose stock it was?
Are we all sitting at the same table, or are we just within earshot?
You're not sitting at the table. You're lurking near-ish.
Yeah.
And next to there's a large fiddly fig,
yes,
there, and you're just.
I see Trent.
You see Trent,
and I was kind of like,
I'm gonna pour tea on your roots.
I'm behind it. I'm just peeking around.
Oh, I still think you're the tree. Just pour the tea on the roots.
Was it Atelier?
No, it wasn't Atelier. Kalen Seawind, he's one of the temps in town. He's got a bunch of little trinkets and culture items, relics, stuff of that nature. He's over at the East Shore Market.
Okay. Oh, yes.
Who said that they were missing jewelry? Because my aunt this morning told me that she was missing some of her good stuff.
Oh.
So this is intriguing to me.
That might be connected then. Okay, so didn't hear it from me, but there's the crystal shop over at Artisans Row. They've been missing a thing here or two, a thing or two.
Can I check my belongings?
Sure.
To see if maybe
give yourself a quick little pat down.
A bird or something gave something to me in exchange for a treehouse.
Klepto birds.
Thieving magpies are. Their name's there for a reason. Do you want me to roll, or?
I'd say everything that you normally have on you seems to still be there.
Okay. But I didn't end up with any shiny.
There's nothing new either.
Okay.
I mean,
What you've normally had, like this is the right amount of things. This is the correct items. Okay. Nothing missing from you.
I heard that someone was bruising Nenulin's pears.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that would make sense because it's been really hard to get any kind of produce from them, which is why we had to change up a couple items on the menu.
So wasteful.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
It really is.
Mhm.
So people have no
The
respect.
pears! Oh.
My favorite fruit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna go get everybody's food. I'll be back. Oh, yes.
A pot of hot water, please, boiling. For the table.
Oh, sure.
And cups.
Absolutely.
For the tea.
Must be boiling hot.
Piping. The rest of dinner goes relatively normal. See people coming in, coming out. Trent bids you a good night. As you leave, you can get outside after dinner. You notice that the mist itself is like much thicker at this point in night. Normally this is the time when it starts to roll in, but now it is just heavy. It is thick. You can see maybe 50 or so feet before things are just completely obscured in it. Thick enough where you feel damp. It's not an uncomfortable one. It's a kind of refreshing, actually, because in addition to that, you all feel a bit drunk.
This is interesting.
Just like more tipsy than you would normally feel after even several strong drinks.
Damn it, Deepwood, did you dose me again?
No! I gave us the normal dose.
It's been a week and I still don't feel right.
I gave us the normal tea that we always drink every time I come into
And to
town.
think I was gonna loan you books.
If you do the palm tree pose, you can
See,
stretch
try the
it
palm tree
all
pose.
out.
Listen.
I'm going home.
Stretching does nothing to get rid of this.
This wasn't my tea. I promise you. I
If
would have told you.
Breathe.
I'm just going to turn into a tree.
Oh, very good.
See, Thornwood has the right
Very
idea.
good.
He left. I'm leaving. I'm going home.
Like
Far too late.
best student.
A quite subtle
And-
tree. Supple tree.
But the tree starts leaning.
And exhale? Or,
Oh,
oh,
look at you.
yes.
Just a bit.
Take the walking stick and
Slightly
shove it
unnatural.
underneath you.
Naturally.
Yes, you stretch into the ribs. Yes.
I did not microdose us this time around. I told you last time. I would tell you before.
You could.
The world is
if
spinning.
you wanted to.
Well, yes, but I learned that consent is important. From our last time this happened.
Admitting now that I am consenting from here on out
All right,
for all micro or
macro.
macho dosing.
I take out my book and unwrap it and write. No.
I imagine Longwind starts off towards home, gets maybe like 10 feet, and just falls on his ass and just sits there and just starts laughing. Like drunkenly laughing. Like,
Oh, we better go pick him up. We better go pick him up.
You stepped in it now, Istanor. Never more than 2 pints. Oh,
I'm gonna go help him.
Okay.
oh, thank you, tree.
You just cradle him in your arms, like tree walk
All
back.
11 and a half feet of me.
Yeah, 2 big branches just.
Like a forklift.
As you go to pick up this, Elle, you see kind of just off to like the side of your vision, these faintly bioluminescent pulsing vines growing up one of the trees.
That's not natural. I will. Can I roll to see? Can I roll to see if it looks or does it look familiar to me at all? Or is it more just like
make a nature check?
All right. Nature. 18 plus 23.
It's not something that you've seen before. You've heard about bioluminescence in plants. It's very rare. Definitely not anywhere in this town. This is wildly out of place.
I do not like this. She will point it out to everyone and be like, that, not good.
Do I recognize what it is?
None of the rest of you see it.
Oh, okay.
Oh. We're going that way. Please. All right, come on.
Going where?
As soon as you like go and start moving towards it, it fades. And you just see the tree as it is.
Does it look like it had vines on it, or is there a vine on it that's no longer luminescent?
No.
What did I put in this tea?
Longwind starts lecturing Thalarin about the finer points of fermentation and what actually causes you to be drunk.
You also notice that there's the lingering scent of brewed tea in the air, just very faint.
This is not my blend. I did not do this.
It distinctly reminds you of a tea that your mother used to make.
Huh. And she will immediately just kind of like sit down in the road and pull out her book again and just start flipping back towards the front of it and being like, notes of this, notes of that, what is going on? And just kind of like is now lost to everything around her. And then like bioluminescence, she starts scratching in the margins.
Yeah.
I actually heard that the last healer had some questionable tea and had quite an evening.
May he rest in peace.
Oh, no. I thought it was just a wild evening.
Lili, out of the edge of your vision, you see down around the edges of the forest, small, faint little lights kind of bounce around between the leaves and the underbrush. Little twinkling bubble lights.
I'm just gonna head straight towards it. With like fingers out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't even really have to eat. I can just photosynthesize.
So do you get drunk? Like how do you break down sugars? Or is that poison to you?
I don't know.
Oh, we need to...
Are you actually even drunk?
I don't even know what a drunk is.
Well, I think for this one, we're going to need Deepwood's expertise and practical knowledge, and we need to get you drunk for science.
Ooh. I bet we could put... If we grew different types of fungi on you... So now I'm flipping all the way back to the other end of my book.
Longwind has gotten super uncharacteristic collaborative.
Do I notice anything with these two?
You see Lili kind of like dart off towards the edge of the forest. Like it's not far though. The entire town is surrounded in these trees, so it's literally like a couple houses over. Okay. You still have a fairly clear eye liner. Lili, as you get over to where those lights are, you can see these like sparkly blue gems, like little tiny ones. But then as you get closer to them, they seem to just kind of like lift, fade, and fizzle out into the mist and the forest.
Is that a new pose? Should I practice that? Okay. Like this?
There you go.
For tomorrow morning? Okay. All right, I'll do that.
Istanor.
Pardon.
You start to hear a thrumming in your head, like the bow being drawn across the low strings of a cello and bass. The woods behind you grow thick with mist, clearing in places to reveal stars in place of the forest. You see a shape, animalistic, wolf-like, but larger. It turns to face you. You see, as it opens its mouth, the thrumming grows louder, and as it begins to scream, silence. The eyes fade up into the stars, the form vanishes. As soon as the mist clears, the stars are gone. You can hear the faint whisper of words on the breeze, a language that you don't know. And then it too is gone.
Damn it, Deepwood, you definitely dosed me.
I did not know.
You did.
I took
Just-
this. I pull out the packet that I used and literally open it up, and I'm like, "This is what I put in the tea."
Well, fix my head. It's pounding. Give me something. And he starts like picking around in her bag. Like, there's gotta be something.
Try to
Fix this.
Let's say, can I go over and, I don't know, healing word him, try to take care of that headache that he's complaining about?
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, this isn't a bookshelf to be put up. I'll be fine.
Let him help you.
There's a ghostly wailing you can hear coming down from near the river. No one else hears this, just Tryman. You can make a perception check.
Okay. 24.
24. It's coming from, the direction near where like the tea house would be. Chill runs through you.
Okay. I look at everyone else and I go, did you guys not hear that? None of you look alarmed in the slightest.
No.
We need to head towards the tea house or somewhere over there. You didn't hear that blood-chilling scream?
No, but we'll follow.
Of course.
Probably a hallucination from Deepwood's damn tea.
It was too lifelike to be any type of hallucination. How could you have not heard that?
You guys didn't see my glowy vine.
I saw
Yeah, I
dancing gems.
I hallucinated a wolf.
What?
What?
Yeah, there were stars and a wolf, and it didn't say words. Then there was words that I couldn't understand. This is not a good hallucination. At least Deepwood, if you were gonna dose me, you could make it a good time.
I'm having a great time.
What'd the words say?
I don't know. It was gibberish.
Zellerin. You see the twilight sky reflecting off of the dome of the mist-born cathedral. As the mist envelops it, a breeze picks up. You hear the clattering of tree branches sound like Codemus clicking, just like your dream.
If I put my hand in my pocket and I pull out my love stone, and I feel that warmth, and then I look to the sky, and does it look like it's swimming?
Yes.
I found it.
What?
I found them. Mom, I found them.
You see
Mom?
And then you're standing back in the middle of the road with the rest of your compatriots.
Yes.
He's tweaking.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
I think he has been drunk before now.
I just stare at the stone.
This is the moral decline of Fjordmist. We're right in the thick
honey,
of it.
what is that?
It's my love stone.
Oh, beautiful.
My mother gave it to me. It's so I could feel her love when I'm very far away.
So you can feel love.
Frida begins to bark and takes off running down the road towards another dog.
Frida!
She stops, looks back at you, wags her tail, turns back, goes to run for the other dog that runs to meet. And then just before they get to each other, the other dog just disappears.
And I can see it?
Mm-hmm.
Can we
You
all
all
see
see
it? We all see it?
You dosed the dog?
I did not. The dog didn't drink any tea. Did you feed the dog tea?
No, but Frida is an individual and makes her own decisions.
No, I didn't give her a cup.
Frida's still there. It's just that other dog that
I think we should go to the tea house.
If there's more of this, I'll take it.
I'll go wherever you guys go.
Frida!
Put the stone back in your pocket.
Okay. All right.
You don't want to lose it now.
No, I don't. It's special.
I think we're heading to the tea house, right?
That's where you heard the scream. And you said it was very realistic.
Extremely. I say we head to the tea house.
Yeah,
See
mine
if we
was-
can get
yeah.
to the bottom of this.
I've already started walking to the tea house.
Yeah, mine was just glowy vines. Like, I'm not.
you do know that at this point in the evening, the Enador has closed up shop for the day, as it is after sunset. Most of the shops have
Dreamleaf, open up. We got a god-awful headache. And Deepwood dosed a bunch of us.
I did not.
It's not too bad.
Are you okay?
That's
Oh, I would say, can we see if there's anything out of order when we get to the tea house?
you can peer in through some of the windows. You don't see anything out of sorts or out of order. You do see that after like a couple minutes, like a minute and a half or so of standing there, and like all of you just hey. And Adora, he lives upstairs, so he comes down the stairs and up to the front. It's like,
oh, I see him.
Thank
unlocks
goodness,
the
he's
door,
okay.
Opens it. Good evening.
Yes. So we just excuse me.
Hi.
I'm gonna squeeze my way in. Excuse me.
Okay.
Come on,
Yes,
guys. It's okay. Come on, guys. Scoot on in.
right
Oh,
Scoot on
okay.
in.
Coming.
Come on in and have a seat. Just put some candles on.
Oh, very
Lights a
nice.
few.
Very nice. Very nice.
Just enough.
Ambiance.
Why are you here?
We have a tea query.
Oh. Okay. What is this query?
What does drunk mean?
Drunk is when you've imbibed too much of an altering substance,
Mm.
and it affects your body and your mind in many, many ways. Some for good, and some less so.
Mostly good.
Oh, okay.
And that's the heart of the matter. Deepwood put something in our tea again.
It was the same tea that I shared with you this morning, or this afternoon. So it should not be causing this, especially to me.
Well, this is is unprecedented. Is this the gentle tea?
This was the third tea that I gave. The one that's...
Oh, this wasn't the special...
This was
special blend?
It was a special blend that I shared with you, and then I shared with everybody else.
Okay. You did have more you were holding out.
Well, you never...
I just needed to give you a light ribbing, that's all. Yes, I mean, you all seem in perfectly fine spirits, but...
He heard a scream. From here.
Yes, group and individual hallucinations from this stuff.
Oh. This is intriguing. Give me just a moment. I'll make something a little more calming for all of you. You seem to have been startled a bit.
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm also good. But I'll have some.
Sure.
Thanks.
He just starts grabbing several different, just like a pinch of this and a pinch of that, starts throwing things together in a pot. So you say you've had individual and group hallucinations?
It would seem so.
I did not cause this.
No, I don't think your tea would cause this.
Oh, you would side with the ranger.
Firstly, I know a thing or two about tea and
Me
the way it can act within an individual or many individuals.
I don't.
Different kind of tea.
Oh.
And if she did indeed share the tea that she shared with me, with you, hallucinations were not a part of it.
This makes you feel warm and fuzzy.
Well, you assume her math is right. Could have got the dosage all wrong.
So you mean to tell me that you heard no screams 10 minutes ago?
I did not.
Nothing.
It's been pretty quiet here in the evening hours, and
has anything odd been happening tonight for you?
Well, I was getting ready to go to bed, and a group of people banged on my door and attempted and succeeded in coming inside my house.
He means us.
So, yes, I mean you.
Okay. Okay.
This is fairly unusual.
Understandable.
A successful riot.
When do people normally stop smiling at other people? Should I still be...
You do whatever your heart desires.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if there was, like, common...
If it's uncomfortable, you can stop.
Ah, okay. My cheeks were getting a little stiff.
Is there a Longwind-sized chair in the tea house?
Not a chair, but more just like an unsupported bench.
Okay. Longwind sits down on the bench and probably lets out a yawn and tilts his head back against the wall.
You cannot sleep
He's out.
here.
The routine's kicking and he's out.
Is it weird if you see yourself from another position with other people?
Are you looking at the reflection in the window?
No, earlier. You said that you heard a scream, and then... He's sleeping, it doesn't matter. You saw glowy things.
I saw glowing
And you saw
vines.
glowy things.
Mhm.
But I saw me.
His eyes still closed. I saw a wolf.
Oh. You're... Oh, I'm still... People are weird. Plants are so much more straightforward.
Yes, I would suggest perhaps if you're all feeling a bit unnormal, to go back to your homes, to your own beds, get a good night's sleep. I know that always helps me when I'm feeling a bit off kilter.
That's the most sane thing anybody said this evening.
Are we still under the effects of it, or can I has it worn off yet, or do we still feel trippy?
It's subsided.
Did it start when we walked inside? Do we notice that after we've gotten out of the fog?
Yeah, after you've been inside for a little while, everything seems to have kind of like calmed a little bit more. You're able to focus a bit.
Well, do we head home, or do we?
He makes sense. I think we should just try and sleep this off. I think we need to collect ourselves, and we'll see how we feel tomorrow.
Good night, everyone. Frida!
I was like, well, didn't you have the outhouse?
I'm gonna start walking out.
I was going to look into that tomorrow.
Okay.
Check out, see if I could pick up any jobs around that area, possibly.
And I rolled a 25 insight check to see if Longwind would realize that, wait a minute, I feel normal inside.
Mm-hmm.
So when they're leaving, he stops Deepwood. I may have been mistaken and falsely accused you. Did you notice when we were inside? Felt fine. Now that we're out here again, kind of feeling a bit tipsy.
I appreciate your apology.
Ha, damn early miss. Well, get home safe. And then, he dismisses it. And
Before I leave, I'll go up to Enadar and hand him another little packet of the same stuff that I have like 100, like probably 20 pounds of tea on me at all times. And be like, I consider you a friend, and that is why I shared earlier. And sorry for the inconvenience.
I appreciate it. Glad I could help, and enjoy your night.
Yes. Is it too late to go to the bathhouse? Probably.
I mean, you can go there.
It's just it won't be open.
Well, the bathhouse is open kind of like around the clock, because...
Okay. Look, I will not break my routine. I'm going to the bathhouse.
Yeah. Like, if you want to just go and, like, have a bath, you can. And
gotcha.
they have, like, the honor system
Okay,
box
gotcha.
of, like, just place your payment in here, and you can use, and the pump has, like, a cutoff valve on it, kind of thing.
So that's what I go do, and then I do that.
Yeah.
I say, how far away are we from the temple? Center.
If you're at the tea house,
Yeah, I say that's more
it's not,
a bit to the
it's
south.
not far. It's not a particularly large town.
So going from the tea house.
Do you want to go see Hithluthian?
Sure. So I'll walk with you, that way we can walk together. I'll make sure you get to your grove, okay? Or the edge of the tree line, that's all the further I'm going.
Yeah, I wouldn't. No, thanks. This way.
Okay, lead the way. Take off together, chit chat, general things.
You got it?
I kind of skip home with Frida. And Frida kind of jumps along my side, And then when I get back to my house, I go into my backyard with all like the plants and stuff, and I sit cross-legged on a hammock and start kind of like meditating.
Okay.
And so I'm outside, so I'm probably still
Feeling good. Feeling real good.
Yeah.
Very loose.
I don't know if I am quite aware yet that the whole thing is happening because of any reason. I go outside when I get home and meditate.
Yeah. It's what you do.
That's what I do.
As dawn breaks the next day, the mist is still hanging thick in the air. Everything feels wet. You can hear, as you get yourselves up and ready for the day, and like excess clattering in the streets. You hear people are like bumping into each other near the cathedral. It is heavy. It's almost as if a cloud is just set there.
Did we notice this last night when we walked by there?
It was probably too dark to tell.
Okay.
At the start of the day, what is everybody doing to get ready? For just Istanor, it's business as usual?
No, he's actually
Where's the cathedral?
he grabs a notebook off the shelf and a quill and goes and sits outside his house and starts making notes.
As you're sitting out there, looking up and scanning the surroundings, always out of the corner of your eye, you see that wolf shape. And you turn to look and it's not there. But then it's over here. And then you look, it's just, you can't quite get a bead on it.
After enough times, I use minor illusion and I try to recreate the wolf in front of me.
Okay.
And continue taking notes. Like, try to, conjure what I can from my memory to see if, I can hold it there, if maybe I'll notice something about it.
Is this before yoga?
This is just his particular morning. Like, you get up, get
Just
ready
like
for
time
the day.
of day? Is this before?
Oh, I'd say
He would
it's
have gone out
probably like,
while the fog was still there. Like, he wouldn't have waited for it to clear. Probably would have,
Yeah.
woken up normally like he does because it's used to the routine, so his body knows when to get up.
Yeah.
Seen the mists are still up and God damn it. Grabbed a notebook and went outside and been like, all right.
weird. Yeah. So, it's like sunrise-ish. So, right around the time that yoga would be.
I wouldn't be there. For your yoga lesson.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if
Just gone
if you were
completely.
talking to me or...
It's like I'm no longer
Are we
playing
with
this
each other?
game. I'm just a tree now.
Nope.
Okay.
I'm missing from your class.
Do you still set up for yoga?
Well, I was thinking before yoga, I was gonna... from my house, I'm very close to the cathedral. So I can see that it's heavy
you
right
can-
there, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I don't sleep much, so I think I would wander with Frida over to the cathedral.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm necessarily going into the cathedral. I'm just sort of heading in the direction of the
Just
thicker mist.
in that general area, just kind of like
Just as kind of like a,
scan it.
that's odd.
You notice that as you're walking past, you see this Luthien kind of walking around the cathedral itself, kind of through the mist and around where it's the heaviest, just like stopping, checking, hands out, grabbing some dirt and leaves and
Morning.
getting some. Good morning.
Thick fog this morning.
Yes, unusually so. I don't like it.
There was thick fog last night. Got a little loopy. I wasn't the only one. Some other people got loopy too. I'm not sure if it was the fog or it was the tea, but Anyway,
Do me a favor.
Mhm.
Breathe shallow. Just in case.
interesting. So you think it's the fog?
Something about this mist doesn't behave correctly. I don't know why. Something feels like it's out of place. This isn't.
Well, it's not normal. Clearly not normal. Have you heard anyone else talking about it?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay.
It
Well,
hasn't been this thick in, well, as long as I've been here.
yeah,
Which has been quite a while.
same.
Also, it's still very early. Most people haven't woken up yet to even realize that things are out of place.
Are you insinuating anything? Am I bugging you?
No.
No? Okay. Anyway, so I was gonna go to yoga this morning. You know, you really should come to yoga.
I appreciate the invite.
You're always welcome. Everybody's welcome.
I am aware.
Well, I hope to see you there. Good day.
Good
Come on,
day.
Frida.
Goodbye, Frida. And she, tosses a little treat. Where are you two at this point in time?
I was kind of wondering if I actually left or not, or if I just kind of stayed at the temple meditating the entire time, because it was already rather late.
Mhm.
Kind of one of those why go home situations. So I think I'm still at the temple.
I feel like I would have taken root outside of the temple. Just kind of hung out. Yeah, just, tree.
Got it. I'd say you'd probably heard the conversation. You'd heard Lili out there. You probably saw them. Just
Watched.
hello.
I can be kind of creepy. Sorry, don't mind me. Just hanging out.
I think I'll go up to Glowy and
It's Lucy.
yeah, and just kind of go and be like, I was out with her last night. It was incredibly foggy and a lot of very odd things were happening.
Super weird. He heard a scream, but no one screamed.
Well, perhaps someone did scream and nobody else was able to hear it.
That hurts my brain.
It's possible, but each one of us that were, who I was with last night, we all heard or saw something different. Each one of us had our own hallucination, but then we all had a shared hallucination, including the dog.
I'm going to consult the library. Would you be so kind as to bring some food? We may have a very busy afternoon.
Of course. Is that anything special?
Just the regular.
That's what I order too. It's really good. Sometimes it's different though. They mix it up.
I'll go pick up some food and I'll be right back.
Thank you.
Do you need help?
Come on, Beth.
Cool.
I would imagine at this point, like Longman has exhausted his personal library on the subject,
Mhm.
so he's going to head off towards the cathedral to,
Okay.
time to consult a different library.
Yeah, she definitely has some books that you don't have or haven't been able to acquire for yourself because of rarity of print, the age of the books themselves.
Hatred of particular authors.
Also that.
Gotta have some petty academic squabbles.
Always dangling the participle.
The refusal to use an Oxford comma.
Ooh. Okay.
I guess it would be an Alfheim comma. Leyrorn comma?
Ooh.
Ah.
Okay. Well, it's canon now. Anything else?
No.
Before? Okay. And then...
Elekëala would like to go pick up the sacks of crushed sheep.
Seashells.
Seashells.
Nailed
Glad
it.
I can talk.
She sells them.
By the seashore.
I wasn't going to make it.
And then go meet Brownie at the edge of the forest.
Okay.
On the way there, does she realize that she feels like she did last night? It's pretty understood now.
The sensation, that feeling of like swimming, pulsing kind of sway is still there. It's not the body vibes is not the same. It's a little more subdued, but the visual is much more prevalent this time around.
So, because she purposely did not drink her tea this morning and is very irked about it because she's trying to figure out what is going on, and it's like before the coffee type attitude. But she'll make her way up to Brownie, and then I would like to ask Brownie, just cast Speak with Animal, what's going on in the forest and what's going on with the mist, and if she's feeling or they're feeling any effects. So I cast Speak with Animal.
Okay. Brownie standing there with the sacks affixed. I don't really know what's happening around here today, but this is really uncomfortable. It's freaking me out like a lot, like way more than normal, and I don't know if I have feet. I feel like they're just, I see them, I know they're there, but I can't feel them, and I don't remember what feet are.
Well, you have hooves, love.
That makes more sense.
So I'm going to take these sacks off,
Okay.
and we're going to go back into town, and we're going to figure this out. Are you okay with that, or do you want to go back home?
I want to go back home. I can take the sacks. I'm strong. I'm very strong.
You are. You're the strongest boy.
I
The
know.
best boy.
It's so good.
Yeah, boop. Give
Thanks.
boops. All right. So I take the sacks and put them back on, and I will. I'm gonna give him some good berries.
Okay.
I'll make 10 little good berries, and I'll feed him 3 as a treats, because he knows that there's his treatsies.
They're so good.
And then I'll be like, all right, go home, make sure everything's safe,
Yep.
protect the grove.
Okay.
Okay.
I protect the grove.
You are the best boy,
Nothing's getting in.
the Brownie. Okay.
Okay.
Pat him on the rump, and off he goes.
Bye-bye.
High as a kite. Oh dear. All right, I've used 2 spell slots. Oh my god. Spell slots. Sluts.
Cast Speak with Animals, but forgot how to speak with humans.
It's a translation thing. Yeah.
So,
and then she'll head to the cathedral because the Mr. Anadora said that they had books on Vanaheim, and she's still really angry because she hasn't had her tea.
Do you like have like a thing you do every day?
A routine?
Yeah, I guess. Like you do the same things, kind of like.
You could consider it that. Yeah, I have roughly the same things that I do every day. I go and I heal the people around town, and then do my dusk devotions at the temple. And
Wow, that's really cool. You heal people?
yes,
Oh, wow.
yes, I do.
People are fascinating to me.
I'm glad I can be here to help you with your fascination.
That's really cool. Plants are not like that. I know this one plant. His name's Bert. He's like the short little stumpy guy, but he's riot to talk to.
So plants are extremely fascinating to me. Being able to use them for medicine, and
You use plants for medicine?
they have plenty of good uses.
Does it hurt the plants?
I wouldn't think so, but I could be wrong. I've never spoken with a plant. I guess you'd have to tell me that.
There's this really beautiful flower. Her name's Esmeralda. She's over at the Night House. I talk to her sometimes. She kind of like gives me a vibe, but I don't know if I'm really like comfortable with it sometimes. But she's seen some things at that place, let me tell you. And I don't enjoy hearing a lot of it. Sometimes it's kind of weird.
I unfortunately know exactly what you're talking about because that's where I live.
Oh. I'll just be quiet for the rest of the trip.
In your stroll to go and get some food, you run across Trent coming back in from his hunt. Morning. It's been a strange night, hasn't it?
It has. How are you feeling?
I'm mostly okay.
Understood.
Mostly
Unfortunately,
okay. Hunt went well. Got some elk.
Hi.
Hey,
It's been a while.
I mean, it's been like an evening. Like it's been a night. I saw you last night.
Oh, right. Yeah. Sorry.
That's okay. That's okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna go get this sold off at the water market. I'll meet up with you guys later.
I want to say we we need to go to the hothouse later on. So if I could request your help with that, possibly.
Sure. What time?
Let's shoot for early afternoon. And let's say so.
Yeah.
I'll make sure to tell him shallow breaths as he walks away.
And continues walking into the rest of the town.
I apologize. I meant not the night house, the night mist room. You're not weird. I didn't mean to say that.
You're perfectly fine. Weird things happen there too. So you're okay.
Okay.
I appreciate it though.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Yeah. And I'll just
Look at the awkward tree bush.
I'll keep so I just kind of look over at him as we're walking and just shake my head unknowingly, like, all right, this happened. Okay.
Gather some food.
Got
Get
some food, we can head back.
Some treats, some bring food. Head back, and you You see that you're a couple of scholarly friends, and
I'll be wandering back up from yoga.
Okay.
If I may, I would have also told Brownie that I would be in town for a few more days than normal, and that's why he needs to protect the growth. So, just because I'll be in town for like 3 days.
okay, I got it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good.
Like, come back in 3 days. Can you come back in 3 days?
I can come back.
Okay.
Yeah.
I really hope the elf is smart enough to come back in 3 days.
He's just a really big dog.
He's decently smart.
You know.
Then again,
Elves.
right, she's old and time is also a contract to her.
Yeah.
3 days could be like 3 weeks.
Give or take a year.
Yeah. So all at the cathedral, you see Luthien has like stacks of books that she's already brought out, kind of set up on like one of the tables, and is starting to pour through a few of them. Oh, good, you're here. Oh, lovely. Set that down over on the other table. I feel like this isn't a normal mist. This isn't a terrestrial. It doesn't originate from here. I wonder if it's coming from somewhere else. It's being manipulated.
There have been a lot of new faces in town.
Any of them shifty types? That's not the word.
I mean, some precious items have gone missing.
Any of them able to influence the weaves of magic?
That I don't know yet.
No, I think it's just a couple of shit-ass kids. It's those half-elves, Boniel and Clydear.
Wait, what did you say those names were?
Boniel and Clydear, it's those half-elves that are all lovey-dovey all around town, and they're leading Kieran astray. He's got a good job on the docks.
B
and these two come into
and
town
C.
and just... Yeah, those are their initials.
B and C. Where?
Yeah, I don't think they can control the weather, though.
Where do they live?
They're on Kieran's couch. They're just freeloading off him while he's, working hard at the docks and trying to deal with his shithead father.
We need tea.
Oh, I got that. And Isner, like an earthenware jug. He's like, I made tea, and it's normal tea. And then he goes right back to, books.
No.
Tea would be lovely.
I'll pull out like a strong morning dark Earl Grey.
Yeah. Strong.
I'm grumpier than usual since I haven't actually gone back to bed after I did my morning kind of prayers and everything. So I grab a large cup of tea to try and cut the edge.
It's heavy-handed in making this particular, but it's potent. It's good, strong tea.
Isner offers you a flask. Sarah the dog handyman?
Not a handyman anymore, but I think today it's warranted.
I see that he has two hands. What makes him a handyman?
No, he's good with his hands. He built all my bookshelves.
Oh.
He helped me build my tea racks too, actually.
Yeah, it's very skilled.
Did actually do some repairs around here. Thank you again for that.
Do what I can.
And now he repairs the mind and body.
Well, I wish he would put up more bookshelves.
Oh.
I'll see what I can do for you once we figure this all out, okay?
What's the name of the person we're talking to?
It's Luthien.
It's a Luthien.
Do you need me to read any druid texts?
I do have a few old scrolls here if you wanted to start looking through some of these and see if there's anything that might lead you in the direction of mists and the psychological effects of it. See if any spell work or curses.
I'd like to ask her if she has any books on Vanaheim, specifically in their tea production. Not really important, just like for future.
I do. Give me just this shelf over here. Goes and starts to grab a few books and sets them down in front of you.
Yeah, I'm not.
These should take your time. There's no rush, but any botany-related questions you might have probably be in these.
Okay. Oh, okay. Very nice.
There you
Thank
go.
you. I love knowledge.
Books.
Zaith is
Far, far away from here.
creeping in. I love knowledge.
So we can go through those.
Yeah, and then she'll take the time to basically copy whatever is important out of those, and then spend the rest of the time trying to look up anything about mists or the history of this. I mean, she wouldn't know. Never mind.
Yeah, I mean,
would she remember any type of mist like this before?
Make a history check.
Okay. 13.
The closest thing is there's like a really harsh storm, but they came from the sea.
So nothing. Okay.
So no, nothing ever like the mists are right now. They've always kind of like rolled in around the late evening after sunset, and they would dissipate again in the morning. This is a wholly new type of like unique incident.
Okay. I'll share that with everyone. Like, back in my day, there was a storm, but nothing like this. But there was a storm.
I'm just kind of sitting in the corner, kind of trying to piece together the B&C outhouse, my uncle thing, how that's all connected.
Duskleaf, why are you so concerned with those two shit-ass half-elves?
Because I found this when I hand him the note. So I'm sure he can probably read Sylvan.
No. I can't.
Oh, I don't know.
I can't read this.
Never bothered with it.
I look over at the note and I just kind of read it out to him.
Yeah.
So, let's say he explains that someone's taken my uncle. They want 750 gold. They want it to each. They want it brought to the outhouse, and at the bottom it says B and C.
Oh wow, yeah, B and C.
I don't know if those shit-ass half-elves, if they're just rabble-rousers and layabouts and
It's the only thing I have to go on to find
all
my
with their
uncle.
PDA around town. This is a serious problem.
Are you talking about the young
graduated
couple in
to
love?
kidnapping?
It's just free
Yes,
love.
they're kidnappers.
I feel like we're all getting a little out of hand here.
I have my concern for things.
Do I have any knowledge on seeing or watching those two around town from when I post up as a tree?
Creepy stalker man.
See, probably have seen. You definitely have seen them being, all
Flirtatious.
the PDA, as
okay.
it were.
They tried to carve
He's
B
being
plus C and a heart on you.
Yeah. And I just kept kind of leaning away, slapping him with branches.
Got really windy all of a sudden.
Yeah. He's being very PC with the terms PDA. There's been instances it's been aggressive.
Understood.
They not like in public, but
Borderline. Like they might be exploring
someone
something
could
there.
easily walk by just around and they're like, oh, sorry.
Oh, Eesh.
Excuse me.
Okay.
Not trying too hard to be secretive.
Gotcha. Oh god, it was against me. That could have been so bad.
Just zoning out as a tree.
Probably on more than one occasion.
He's like, oh, those.
Why am I sticky? That's not sad.
Oh my god!
I know who you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Just an involuntary shiver.
Some of his leaves just fall off.
And this is how Beardsgaard got demonetized on YouTube.
So you think that they took your uncle? Do people do that?
Unfortunately, they do, and this is the closest thing that I have to go on. So, I'd like to at least make my way there later. You're all more than welcome to join me.
While reading through the books about Mist, can I read anything that has to do with wolves and glowing plants and visions and glowy dot things? Was that what was yours? Was
Yeah, like glowing gems.
glowing gems and screaming? See if I can find any of that.
So within the books that she brought over to you, nothing in that particular set. I'd say go ahead, let's go with an investigation at advantage, because there are, piles of books.
What about the Druid scrolls?
Go ahead and make an investigation check as well.
What was the name of the healer that I replaced?
I roll so bad all the time.
Bonus Greenwood?
12.
With advantage.
I rolled a 2 and an 11. I have a +1.
Beautiful.
13. Yeah.
Nice. Awesome. Bonus green moss.
Oh, I lied. 15. 12 plus 3. I apologize.
It's okay.
I mean, I could use some bardic inspiration.
Oh, hey.
What?
I'm just joking.
What?
Not much is coming up about any kind of connection of those.
Mm-hmm.
Your mind is causing you to kind of like dart back and forth, and you're like looking for connections, but they're not there. You're like, maybe it was this, and you flip back a few more pages, and you're, oh, I misremembered it, so it's not this.
That's what happens when I drink tea on an empty stomach.
So Lauren, your Druid Scrolls does mention like a very brief passage about the veil to the Feywild, and there was like a reference to a ritual from centuries ago.
You guys know about the Feywild?
Not really.
There's a passage here.
To the Feywild?
Well, it talks about it.
Just a written passage.
Okay, I was like, I start tweaking even more.
It's right here.
It's like,
It's like a Ziploc bag. Just open it up. It says something about a ritual, but it's so old. So old. Older than me, and that's a lot.
Old parchments.
Like, really old. I stopped counting at like 1,000. If that means anything to you.
While they're reading and stuff, I've been like tossing a ball with Frida.
Okay.
And I'm gonna wander over to Longwind and sit next to him and put my feet up on a chair and just kind of look over his shoulder at what he's reading and then look at him and then
Hello, Lili.
hi.
And he'll, like, the book he's reading, he'll just kind of, like, slide it to where, like, she can read it as well.
You know, I've lived in my house for about 638 years.
Congratulations.
And before that, my mother, Kalanis, lived in my house for many, many years prior to that. It's a lot of, it's just so many years. One house.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyway, notice my house is also near your house.
Yes.
Yes. You know, Frida might want to wander over sometimes and play. You like dogs, right?
They're a tad loud.
I mean, I don't know who.
Frida looks over at you and just goes,
That's a start. Well, I'm not home all that often, and when I am, there's purpose to it.
Purpose in your house?
When I'm home, yes, there's specific things I want to do at home, such as napping, reading, falling asleep in my chair.
I've always wondered. There's such a long history with my house. I never really knew the history of your house, and I like to know all the goings on, and I've never really quite known the history of your house.
Well, it's filled with books, and I live
Not
there.
the contents.
Well, I
Honey.
don't really care. I own the place. I live there. And he just like looks at you and goes, "Are you trying to ask me on some sort of date?"
I mean, are you interested?
Well, that's not the matter at hand. There's
Could be.
hallucinogenic myths. There's people
I actually
being
never
kidnapped.
thought about that.
This is not the time to discuss dating or real estate.
Oh, that'd be a good way to get more information. Why don't we circle back at another time?
And he just throws up his hands and goes back to a book.
And I'm gonna go back to throwing the ball with Frida, right next to him. Frida runs up every time, right next to him.
I use minor illusion to make a ball, but just chuck it like as far as I possibly can inside the cathedral.
the cathedral itself is not like very large.
Oh, okay.
But the door is open and you've got a clean line.
No, that seems rude.
Make a strength check with your
No.
-1.
If it was somebody else, he would do it, but that would be rude. So he just makes a minor illusion of a ball and just throws it in the same direction at the same time that Lili throws the ball. And then laughs at the dog getting confused. Well, he should be used to hallucinating now.
At which point, his Luthien kind of looks up and says, I would appreciate it if Frida's fine to stay in here. It's not the issue, but perhaps we just don't throw things indoors too much, because there are sentimental items.
I'm gonna roll the ball.
Yeah. Okay.
Longwind laughs at that. He lets out an audible chuckle.
Yes.
No rolling either, would you say?
Perhaps just for now. I think we've kind of exhausted our searches at the moment here. If the rest of you needed to, go about your days, I can tidy things here. Perhaps asking around town, gathering some more information might help. I know you're very good at it.
So we're gonna roll out like this mist.
Unlike the mist.
Oh,
The mist it's still here.
right.
It was a good try.
I heard the kids
You
say
did
it.
a
I
great
just thought,
job.
okay,
You just
Really
kind of
did.
pat him on the shoulder.
I tried.
So we're headed to the outhouse?
But before we leave, the books that were there, that we had text of.
Between the group and his Luthien, for any translation needs,
Okay.
you'll be able to read what's in them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's some
And-
intriguing bits in there.
There are.
Tell-
Speaking of books, this is a good point to close the book on this chapter.
Oh,
That-
nice.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
We're leaving on a cliffhanger.
But thank you for playing, thank you for watching, and we will see you next time in the realm.